I wanted to get your take on, the broken addiction model. You kind of touched on that here. Kind of sharing your story that you saw that the addiction model was broken. I've shared my take on your classic 12 steps and whatnot. I think that there's good behind it, and I think that in a way it keeps people too attached to the identity of the addict. So I'm just curious, kind of your thoughts and take on
Those are
the
my thoughts. There are, I mean, there are a lot of classic spiritual pursuits in those programs. There's character work and there's socialization and responsibility and things like that, and people get benefit from it. The research doesn't show that they're effective. They're at parity or worse than doing nothing at all. So you're giving up an awful lot. You give up your autonomy. You have to work with a sponsor. They tell you have to go to meetings, and they cultivate a fear of the impulse. There's nothing wrong with the impulse to look at a naked woman. The problem is, how is that going to impact your life and the person that you want to be? Are you going to be able to have the relationship that you want? Are you going to waste your energy? Are you going to risk your marriage? Are you going to do things that are going to get you in trouble? But it's not the urge that's broken. That's it. That's a healthy part of our anatomy. You wouldn't want to castrate yourself in order to stop watching porn. You wouldn't want to eliminate your taste buds, take out your tongue, so that you don't experience food cravings. You want to learn to live comfortably with those cravings, and as a matter of character, which is nothing more than the habitual way you respond to temptation, as a matter of character, decide the kind of person that you are and you want to be with those temptations, and live the life that you want to live. And so the difference between Never Binge Again, or Rational Recovery, by the way, and the 12-step programs is that the 12-step programs cultivate a fear of your own impulses in your own body, whereas we cultivate a confidence and security and strength. You could throw me in a bathtub full of melted chocolate and I wouldn't have a bite. I wouldn't do that unless I was proving something, because I don't want to be uncomfortable. I don't want to stimulate those cravings if I can help it. But I'm not frightened of them. I think cravings are inevitable. Overeating is not. Lust is inevitable, but the action is not. Using porn is not. So
Yeah, no, love that. And I mean, I'm right in line. You could drop me off at a strip club, or put me in a room of naked women. I've worked through all that because I changed who I was, and I love the fact that you're like, no, it's confidence, power. Like, I want to hand you a process. I want to hand you the system and tools, but you have everything inside of you to work through this. You're not powerless to
you're
something
not powerless.
beyond you.
I think the concept of powerlessness is the cardinal sin in addiction. I think it can make things worse.